always, I won't be afraid. You're with me always, you're with me always. You died and rose and set the world ablaze. Amazing grace, redemption in motion, and I will see you.
Welcome to the FABcast. This is R Bar with the Drive Time, the FABcast podcast. So, I got some amazing parenting wisdom for all y'all. If you ask people what their goal is in parenting, you're going to get pretty much the same answers. Parents want their kids to make good decisions, and they believe their objective in life is to provide a good life for their kids, so their kids can become good citizens, so their kids make good decisions, so their kids get an education, have a family, and have a stable, comfortable life one day. But those things aren't necessarily bad, but I've been stewing on this truth for about 24 hours now, and it's been blowing my mind. So I believe the objective of biblical kingdom parenting, right? The objective of parenting is for me to create an environment at home where my children are free to choose God. Period. And there's a second part. There's the second objective in parenting, in biblical parenting, is that I should be creating an environment at home where my children can experience healing, and they can experience redemption and restoration within the home from all the stuff that's happened in life or at school or in the neighborhood. And I'll explain it like this. Rosaria Butterfield wrote a book called The Gospel Comes with a House Key. And she said something that really marked me. She says, God never messes up on our address. Paraphrase mine. So what that means is, where we live is where we live for a reason. And it means my neighbors are my neighbors for a reason. It means I live in that zip code for a reason, so I can, even though I don't like this, I hate this phrase, go to church. We don't go to church, we are the church, but we live where we live at for a reason, so we can do church together within the vicinity. We're not driving 50 miles anymore to go to a church that believes like we believe. We're not doing that. We're going within proximity, because proximity assumes accountability, and I want to be doing life with the people that we live with. So we're going to go close. And also, this means we're going to go to the school that we're zoned for. And I've noticed this. We've wrestled this in our own hearts. Should we we look at the rating of the school, and so the past 3 schools we've been to have been, well, less than stellar. We've moved all over the world. So we said, well, the school's 3 stars out of 10 or 2 stars out of 10. Is it dangerous? Should we? And we've just realized to trust in God, because He doesn't mess up on our address. And have we seen the worst of that? Yes. When one of my children comes home crying because they've been bullied in school, or another student has put their hands on them or said something very hurtful, that's hard to deal with. But my goal in parenting is not to protect my child and be a helicopter parent. Do I want to show up at the school sometimes and pound some kid who hurt my child? Yes, but I'll never do that, because that's not my job. My job as a parent is to create an environment where kids can experience healing the day after trauma happens. Experience kingdom restoration after an event. That's my goal. 2 objectives. 1, to create an environment where my children are free to choose God. And 2, creating an environment where my children can experience healing. I can't protect them, neither is that my job to an extent. I can't be God for them, nor do I want them to be relieved of all pain and discomfort. I want them to learn that at any moment they can choose God, that they can trust God. And so parents, I'm not prescribing anything here. I'm not telling you do homeschool, don't do homeschool, private school, don't do private school, send them right into the public school, even if you live in a very dangerous neighborhood. What I'm saying is check your motives. check your motives, because our children are watching us. They're watching us very, very closely. And if what we're doing is role modeling for them the worship of control and power, they're going to learn from that more than anything else. Well, my mommy and daddy acts like this, so they're going to do the same thing. They're going to follow. But imagine this. If I'm a parent that's always at peace, and I'm setting an example for my children that I really want for them. And just like a previous episode, if I offer my children anything more than God, I am in reality offering them less. And that breaks my heart. So that's a constant thing in my mind. I'm constantly assessing and searching my heart and saying, what am I role modeling for my child? Am I role modeling peace and joy? Or am I role modeling, I got to control everything, and I would just really, at the end of the day, don't trust God? I don't want to do that, and I don't want you to do that either. We would do well to role model that we trust and that we're at peace all the time, because the reality is, the truth is, we can trust God at any moment. We can choose to be at peace at any moment of the day, regardless if our heart rate is up, regardless of what's happened. And some bad things have happened to me, to my wife, my children. I've noticed a trend. Bad things happen to people of all sorts. But I'm gonna end how I began. I'm going to, 1, create an environment where my children are free to choose God, and 2, I'm going to create an environment in my house that's kingdom saturated, that's gospel centered, and where my kids can experience healing and renewal and redemption the day after something happens, the moment after something happens. And so that fits in with the theme of this season for the FABcast, is redemption in motion. It's been set in motion, and we just want to ride that wave of redemption in every area of our lives. So it's going to be hard, FABcasters, but let's do this together. Okay? Love you. Peace out.